Hello and welcome to my Flying Fortress Infernal CHIMPS guide. This was really easy to make and kind of funny. So, the hardest part of the run, right here, the first boomerang placement. You're going to want to place the boomerang as high middle as possible and then move it slightly down so that when you get longer range, that rock, when it goes up and down, the top line goes in between the range border. Faster throwing long range, set it to last for round 6, should just win. Set it back to first for round 7 and then get red hot rangs on round 8. And then now you can chill until round 10, where you're going to buy a sniper set to strong before the round starts. After getting the sniper down, it is completely AFK until round 14. And on round 14, you're going to want to set the boomerang to last, and then switch it to first when 2 blues are going down, and just so it can get them. And then you can micro it between last and first more if you want, I guess. Or you could just keep it on last the whole time, probably. I don't know. And then round 15 is the round where your boomerang placement really does matter. You're going to want to set your sniper to first once things start to get past your boomerang on the right side. If you have your boomerang placement right, you should win, and it shouldn't get this close. But sometimes it does, and you're just gonna have to deal with that. As long as you win, you're fine. And then before 16, get Kylie Boomerang, and you're set for a while. Before 17, you're going to place another sniper right over here, and also set it to strong. At some point before 22, upgrade your right sniper to full metal jacket, and whenever you can afford it, but just before 24, upgrade your other sniper to night vision goggles. Before 25, you're going to place a village as high as possible while both snipers are still in the range. 25 doesn't usually get close, but you shouldn't die. Same with 26. Sometimes it can get a bit closer depending on sniper shot timing, but here it didn't, so you're fine. And then before 28, or just at some point before you buy more upgrades, upgrade your village to monkey commerce. And then upgrade your camo sniper to shrapnel shot and set it to first. You're going to get both of the attack speed upgrades next. And then, whenever you can afford it, upgrade your lead sniper to shrapnel as well. And then, we wait for a few rounds. And then, in the middle of 36, whenever you can afford it, upgrade your speedy sniper to bouncing bullet. Over the next few rounds, upgrade your other sniper to large caliber and deadly precision. The only reason we haven't placed Geraldo yet is level 20 restock timing, which is the only reason why this run is able to work. And then before round 40, place an alchemist right above your bouncing bullet sniper and upgrade it to acidic mixture dip. Round 40 always gets very close, but you don't usually die. If you do die, well, that sucks, but it shouldn't happen. And then, whenever you can afford it, upgrade your alchemist to Berserker Brew, no cross paths just yet, or ever actually, and then upgrade your village to Jungle Drums. After round 43, and before 44, place Geraldo right over here. The reason we're waiting until now to place Geraldo is so that he restocks for level 20 on round 94, so we get an extra genie. This run only works because you need to either get Flying Fortress before 95, which is really difficult, but I think doable with Psy. Not 100% sure about that though. Pretty sure it just dies on 93. Or you have to have double genie for 95 because it's the only hero solution to beat 95. Unless you do some crazy Adora stuff, but that's not really Black Borderable. And then whenever you can afford it, get May Moab. And then place an ace literally anywhere. It does not matter, because it's the last tower I'm gonna place. Just place it anywhere. I put it here. You could do somewhere completely different. Just not in range of the alchemist, which shouldn't be possible at this point. And upgrade it to never miss targeting. Do not cross path it. It is very important that you don't cross path it. And then set the centered path as far right and middle as possible. The reason we don't want to cross path it is so we can get Flying Fortress before 97. Because this setup would probably die horribly to 97, and I'm not willing to test that. Also, it would die to 98 regardless, so. And then before 54, glue the bottom lane. Not 100% sure this is required, but sometimes you can die if you don't do it, so just do it anyway to be safe. And then as soon as you can afford it, upgrade your ace to Specter. Specter sucks no matter what you say, so don't try to convince me that Specter is good, because it is not. Trust me. And then when you can afford it, upgrade your alchemist to stronger stimulant. Still don't cross path it. The cross path doesn't really matter because it's still good uptime on both towers that we need to be buffing, which are the Bouncing Bullet and the Maim. So, yeah, the cross paths don't really matter, and it saves a ton of money. Before 74, give your ace a Chemo Potion. For some reason, you actually do need it. Before round 80, apply the upgraded Sharpening Stone to your uncross path Specter and your Bouncing Bullet. And then, before round 84, switch your main Moab to first. 87 is the first round in the 80s where you actually have to do something. When all of the ZOMGs are on screen, just glue them. Doesn't help too much, but can prevent some alch buff RNG, I think. It's probably not alch buff RNG, but whatever, just glue it. It works. You should probably use a Geraldo spike or two on 88. You shouldn't need them, but I don't know, better safe than sorry, because you probably don't want to have to redo that early game. And then before 89, give your bouncing bullet some pickles, and then put a spike or two on the top side. It shouldn't matter, but I don't know, if you get bad RNG it might. I don't know what bad RNG there would be, but yeah, just use it. And then, now is when Geraldo would normally restock, but no. And then, just before 90, place a glue and give a sharpening stone to your bouncing bullet and your Specter, again. And then, I think this is the first time literally anyone has ever said this, but round 91 is probably the hardest round of the run. You're going to want to place a glue right here, and set your main to strong. This is mostly because you want to deal with the ceramics and the BFBs separately, because if you have to deal with them at the same time, it gets a lot weirder. And then, once the BFBs start to turn into Moabs, maybe a bit earlier than what I do, just use a Maelstrom to try and clean up everything. That Maelstrom will put in a ton of work. And then before 92, set your main back to first, and then place a genie in range of a Jungle Drum's village, and then camo potion your bouncing bullet and your Specter. Specter can't pop camo yet, but it will for round 99, which is when the camo potion is needed. Before 93, just use a glue slightly further into the track than I do it. You don't need this whatsoever, it's just, I don't know, genies can be weird sometimes, so it's nice to have the DDTs slowed even more. Boom. Geraldo should now restock fully, and you have an extra genie to work with. Pickle your bouncing bullet yet again, and place a genie. The only thing you need to do is to use a Maelstrom when there are two ZOMGs that should split into BFBs like at the exact same time. Use it once those BFBs get slightly damaged. And then, I don't know, use another spike if you want. Maybe two even. And then, before 95, place a second genie. Double genie is the only solution to 95 that I've found. So, sorry, would have used Psy, but had to. Double genie is the only way. '96 is fairly simple. All you need to do is don't Maelstrom the first wave of fortified Moabs, but Maelstrom the second wave of fortified Moabs when they start to turn the corner. This is just to make sure you can clean them up a lot easier, because if you don't use it, you probably die. And then, when all the ZOMGs are separated from the rest of the BFBs, just put a glue in the middle of them to buy more time for your defense to destroy BFBs. And then, you're going to want to use another Maelstrom when the insides of the ZOMGs start to turn the corner. This might leave a ton of Moabs, but your defense should be able to deal with that. And there should be one ZOMG left over, and once you kill it, Boom. Flying Fortress acquired. The rest of the rounds are free. All I would recommend is getting rapid fire and lots more darts on the Flying Fortress, finally, and then you don't have to do anything after. The rest is just AFK. 13k to spend on whatever you want. And that's game. Ooh, first strike insta-monkey. Good job on your Infernal black border with a cool strategy. Hope this guide helped you out, and have a nice rest of your day. Goodbye. Expert map strategy tutorial is coming next. Probably another guide then, and then like probably a Geraldo tutorial for expert chimps. And then more guides and stuff. I don't know.